Hail and well met. Welcome to Book 3, Chapter 28 of the Westgate Irregulars campaign. I am Eric Scott to be the occasional DM of this game, and here are some of the dungeon scrawlers. And they are portraying half, or now it's about a third, of the Westgate Irregulars party, having split the party to go off on their two disparate directions. Before I kick it over to my fine fellow gamers, I'm going to tell you about our giveaway, which is for the Stargazer's Guide to Aurora, a 250 page or more, 250 plus page campaign setting for D&D 5th edition. The book introduces zodiac signs and astrology as a character creation concept. The robust rule set and lore-driven signs help you create a unique character that is empowered by celestial bodies. Stargazer's Guide includes new subclasses, races, factions, locations, and more, dropping this Friday, April 22nd on Drive-Thru RPG. And we have 2 copies to give away. So hash our exclamation point ticket to enter for that giveaway, and good luck. And on that note, take it away, Aaron.
Hi, I'm Erin M. Evans. I'm the author of the forthcoming Empire of Exiles and the Brimstone Angels saga. And I play Cecilia, who is a relearning how to be an artificer. Also, just want to point out, I have this cool new headband of intellect made for me by Doug Meyer, one of our awesome mods, and the owner and operator of Meyer's Magical Market, which will be popping up at a Ren Fair, hopefully near you. And you can get a cool headband of intellect just like
Nice.
I really love this. Thank you again, Doug. I'm going to tell you about our sponsor real quick. Idle Champions of the Forgotten Realms is a strategy game that unites iconic Dungeons & Dragons characters from novels, campaigns, and popular shows into one epic adventure, which includes Frida, Havilar, and Mehen from the Brimstone Angel saga. The game is available for PC and Mac, on Steam and Epic, Xbox One, PlayStation, Nintendo Switch, iPad, iPhone, and on all Android devices. For more information, you can check them out at idlechampions.com. But if you already know what's going on, you probably would love that chess code at the bottom of the screen. You can pick it up there, or you can type command code or exclamation point code into the chat and copy and paste it and get yourself a really cool Electrum Chest from Idle Champions.
Hi, I'm Emily Ting. I'm a writer and game designer at Wizards of the Coast. Disclaimer, all thoughts and opinions expressed in the stream are my own and do not represent Wizards of the Coast. And I play Keyleth Amakir and a Varial Necromancer.
All right. So, let's get to it. Some time has passed since the last time we saw this group. We had Shay's recap. That's excellent. But I want to make it clear that while you were in Skaha's Grove, time is a bit fluid. Some time has passed. You've rested, recuperated from your various trials and dangers and revelations. You've been able to let some emotional stuff sink in. You've been able to practice some magic and come up with some plans. And as far as I understand it, the plan that you were going to pursue is going to Candlekeep to find some information about this mysterious hourglass that you've heard about, or possibly this golden heart of the rift, if you can find out about that. Also, at some point during your time in the Grove, Rogar took his leave of the group, saying that he had to go off on his own path to find Shirinlar once more, and he thought that his path no longer followed yours. He wished you luck. You all had a sit down, a final discussion, and then he left. And shortly thereafter, that night, in fact, there was a great feast that appeared on Skaha's stone table in the middle of her grove. She looked at it askance, like, how did this get here? Who's doing magic in my grove? But you immediately recognized it as a heroic feast created by Rogar's magic. And in the middle of all of your favorite foods was a great bouquet of golden flowers. And it filled you with the certainty that Rogar is okay. and he is off on his way and doing well.
Well, I wish him the best of luck.
Can we
I
keep the
think-
flowers?
Do they stay around?
I think we had better, Sarshan says. He's
Well,
giving
no, I
them
think we're
flowers.
asking if the flowers were.
Oh yeah, no, they're genuine flowers. They stick around.
But I mean, are they like just fresh flowers that are going to be dead in a couple days, or are they like magic
They're not
flowers?
magically perpetual flowers. They're just basically fresh flowers.
Got it. Well, then of course we can keep them.
And the
When they
food
start getting
includes all of your favorites.
Stinky, we should probably. Well, Cecilia wouldn't. Cecilia would be like, okay. At some point, we'll throw them away.
What sorts of things does the feast include?
Some very fine Averio wine. And aside from that, all food is great if it's free. Eventually, Caleb is going to get out of this like college student
I think the last time we
mentality
did
of like,
this-
oh, I'm going to go to all the club meetings because they have free pizza. But not yet.
And what does
The last time we did this, there were little chive dumplings from Rashabin. I am having audio problems.
yeah, okay.
I'm going to sign in
Excellent.
and out.
All right, so they're having their feast, and it includes some berries and nuts and greens that are meant to appeal to elves. Skaha gives them kind of a like sort of look. The Lithari, as far as experience tells you, are much more into hunting and eating meat and such. So they do manage to derive sustenance from this feast, however. Okay. Yes, Original Angston pointed out in the chat that it must be interference from the headband that's causing Aaron's audio issues.
It's also
No.
causing you to flicker in and out of reality.
It's a powerful headband.
I'm not gonna complain about Google Meet. I promise.
Too much to complain about. Okay, so the meal was conveniently delivered shortly before you were planning to leave for Candlekeep. So when you arrive, you still have the benefit of the Heroes Feast.
And that is where you can't be poisoned. What else?
I shall look it up since our actual cleric is not here to tell us himself.
Does the food like it's like real food, right?
It's real food. You
So
were
we
cured. You are cured of all diseases and poisons. You become immune to poison, and you are immune to being frightened. And you make all wisdom saving throws with advantage. Your hit point maximum also increases by 2d10. I'll go ahead and roll that for you. Again, since we don't have a priest here, I rolled a 13. So your hit point maximum increases by 13. And you gain the same number of hit points. So there's not temporary hit points. Your hit point
Oh.
maximum just increases by 13.
Oh wow.
The benefits
Why are
last
we
for...
not casting this constantly?
I know.
You kind of were, but it also because it has a very expensive spell component.
Oh, that's right.
It costs 1,000 gold pieces at least to cast this spell. The benefits last for 24 hours.
So if there are leftovers, can we just like put them in a bag and save them for later, and like the effects will carry over next time we like have a
I think
snack?
it turns to dust in
Sorry, no. Yeah, the beneficial effects don't set in until after you have eaten the food. The feast takes 1 hour to consume and disappears at the end of that time. So no leftovers. Sorry. Okay. So you Skaha has informed you that she can connect her grove to any wooded area, and so she can get you close to Candlekeep if that's where you wish to go. She has seemed a little bit unsure about this particular approach. You get the sense that she's not much of a book person herself, so she's like, well, I hope it proves beneficial.
Well, Scott, you like trees, right?
Yes.
Books are the next step in the tree life cycle.
Dead trees.
Living, but in a different way.
There is so much lore and life that is caught within trees before they become paper, all of which is lost so that scribes can put down their little words. But perhaps you will find useful information.
I think it's going to be more useful than sitting around here.
I mean, if we
Perhaps.
could ask a tree to get the knowledge we want, we would do that, but I don't think the trees have the knowledge we want.
Ooh, Sershin says, can you talk to trees? Any of you? Can any of you talk to trees?
No.
Oh,
Well, no, we can all talk to trees. It's just a question of the trees talking back.
aha. That's a very good point, Sershin says. I'm going to go try and talk to a tree at some point, and we'll see if it talks back.
You know it's not going to talk back.
I don't know that. I just, based on experience, think that. But you never know. Anyway, so, Skaha, unless you're going to follow some other means to get there.
I mean, how far? Candlekeep's pretty far from where we are, right? Like the Witch
Well-
Hut could run there, but it's going to take weeks and weeks.
Well, you are currently in the Feywild.
Oh, so fair. So it's not near or far. It just is. So
Right.
okay, I think that we can ask for this help.
Well, hold on. Cecilia, what exactly are we looking for there?
I mean, what is the golden heart of the rift was one thing, because that was something she was interested in destroying. And then how did she make that hourglass thingy? We can't ask Lazar. I don't think we can ask Lazar. You can't make Lazar's ghost just like show up, right? We don't. You need a bit of him to do that.
I mean, I can summon undead, but I think that's just a general undead, not a specific one.
That'd be pretty great if you could just be like, you know what who I'd like to talk to. Hi, Grandma.
I would very much appreciate it, Skaha says, if you do not summon any undead in my grove.
How has Skaha taken to the rabbits?
She's very uncomfortable around rabbits.
Rabbits in general, or just the undead ones?
The undead ones.
I was gonna say, interesting character point.
I think it might have happened during the course of your stay that she might have eaten a rabbit, and then it turned up as an undead rabbit the next day, and then she stopped eating animals around you. Because she does not want that.
Okay. Well, Kayla's gonna note that and just like take the bones away for later and not in her grove.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to make her uncomfortable too much, right? So okay, there is one other thing
Yeah.
about you remember I can't remember, have you ever been to Candlekeep before?
Not a bit.
They want a book as payment. Some book that they've never had before.
Does it have to be like good? Because I got an idea.
Okay.
It's the best book. She's gonna go over to cabinets to the side, not the food cabinet, but the like shelves, and like under a pile of other books and things pull out a fistful of papers. This is a bunch of Stong's music. What if we just bind it into a book? They don't have that.
Ooh, Sergeant says. I like that idea.
Sure. I mean, in that we don't have any other books, right?
I mean, we have your weird.
No, we don't. That
And I
that
might-
one is off limits.
I guess I do have. I mean, I have some things.
Did Artemisia leave any of her trashy romance novels around or something?
Trashy
know, did she?
romance novels, Scott Haas says.
Or
I've seen chat suggesting something that I don't. I feel like we should have to roll to see if that's true. If someone, if somehow in this witch hut somewhere are Satin Red Shear's terrible Tetsun romance novels. Because I don't think Cecilia has them, but I also, part of in my heart feels like Sturge might punk her by sticking them in.
If
places
one
where
of you
she'll
would
find
like
them
to
later.
roll an investigation check.
what's your investigation?
It's +9.
Go ahead.
26.
Oh yes, you did find at least
Damn
3
it,
volumes.
Sturge!
Mhm.
I don't really want to give them this. I like this sheet music idea. But I mean, if they don't want it, I guess that's better than some other. Cecilia's real aware she has that tome of leadership and influence that she has not had a spare minute to sit down and read, which is probably the kind of thing they actually want.
Well, wait.
But I don't really want to give it to them particularly.
Did it have to be one book per person entering?
Oh, I don't know. I've never been there.
I don't remember either. But
Okay, so worst case scenario, we've got Stong's music. We have, how many of these things did I find? Just
3
one?
volumes.
3. Great. 3 of those.
all right.
Oh my god. And then they just keep them forever.
Yeah.
Okay, well maybe we can find them on the shelf and like burn them up or something.
Wait, did you just say burn a book? Like you want to burn a book?
I said burn up this crap.
Oh. I mean, I'm generally against book burnings.
You don't have to be there. It's okay. That's right. I forgot. Kayla, I'm so sorry. I'm talking about traumatic stuff without even realizing it. We're not gonna burn any books. Nobody's gonna burn anything.
It's in the past. Twitch. I twitch.
Just gonna
Total
put a-
accident.
It's an accident.
Fires must be a
not
big
gonna happen
problem
again.
in Candlekeep, Sartian says. With all those books.
Yeah, you should not get your sword out.
Okay. I shall endeavor to remember.
Do you want to just give it to me for safekeeping? God, sometimes I worry that she's just acting like his mom. So nope, you're on your own. You can do that.
Yes, I can do that.
Okay, so we're ready to go to Candlekeep?
Yep.
Bring these extremely legitimate works of literature, twitch on my eye now, to this fabled library.
Gonna do it just like a really quick like through the romance novels. Just do any key phrases jump out?
In the romance novels?
Yeah.
Make an investigation check of your own. Well, there are some very, very racy scenes.
Hey Cecilia,
What?
how many? Just
Why are
your-
you looking at those?
I just want your opinion. How many times do you think a book should be allowed to use the word heaving?
Zero.
in one chapter.
Oh my god. Oh, I'm gonna kill Fane. It's all made up. All of it is made up.
Sarshan's looking over Kayla's shoulder. All of it?
Kayla's gonna read a couple sentences out loud just because
No.
Cecilia's reactions are very amusing right now.
This is like the worst for her. Like, why do you care? It's ugh.
Because you're overreacting.
I think both of you are underreacting. That is our private business. And it's not even true, a lot of it. Some of it.
That is definitely not true. Sarshan points out.
You don't have to tell her which things.
Here, Sarshan, you know what you should do? Go through and then like keep a list of any historical inaccuracy so you can send a strongly worded letter to the writer afterwards.
All right. He takes the
It's
book.
like highlighted. This didn't happen like that. This happened later. I did this, not her.
He starts reading it. Like, really slowly. Like, you expect to, like, a page, a minute or 2 minutes. And he's, like, spending, like, 5 minutes just scrutinizing this page.
Does he like mouth the words as he reads them? Like,
Yeah.
oh my gosh, that would drive Caleb crazy.
I was gonna offer to let him borrow this headband of intellect, but no.
Not this one. That's a good idea. I don't know why you waste your time with such drivel. Closes it. The real thing is much more interesting. And you hear just kind of this strangled noise from behind you of Skaha just going, you know what? I'm basically done with the ritual to connect this place to the forest. You can go. It's fine. You see that she is like all red in the face too. And she's like, I don't want to hear any of this. None of this. None of it. No.
I don't want you to hear it. That's just, we can be in agreement on this one. That is not something that I would like my mother knowing. Even my estranged mother that I was planning to kill for years.
Yes, please. Anyway, and she finishes her ritual, and these vines just grow up out of the ground, twist amongst each other to form a passageway.
Okay. It's through there?
Right through there.
Are you just going, or?
Would you like me to go, or would you like me to stay?
I mean, still feel like there's stuff we gotta discuss, but I understand if you don't want to go in the library, you just stay with the Witch Hud.
I am certainly not going to go into the library, but I will remain close enough that you can find me.
Okay. Well, be careful.
You too. And you pile into the Witch Hut and go through?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, the portal is large enough for the Witch Hut. It does have to duck down and kind of like shimmy through, but it just goes through. And what you see is a spread out before you and below you is a massive city of towers that are built into one another and rising from the foundations of ancient towers. The place has an extremely high wall that encloses this bristling city. Flights of seagulls are flying around the flying around above Candlekeep. And it is then that you realize that you are also above Candlekeep, and the Witch Hut is descending toward Candlekeep.
Like quickly?
Like quickly.
As in falling?
As in falling and picking up speed.
Ooh, that's a problem.
Wait, I thought the grove was supposed to connect to nearby woods.
Maybe she didn't finish the ritual, Sershin says.
I could cast Levitate as an artificer. One creature or loose object of your choice. Is the Witch Hut a creature?
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna try this.
Okay. So you
junk out of my
you cast
pocket.
your spell. It resonates throughout the Witch Hut, and its falling suddenly decreases and just it slows, and now you are basically floating over Candlekeep.
Okay.
It did take almost a full minute to arrest your downward momentum, but now you're just floating there and you're kind of lightly spinning,
Is
giving you an
there?
excellent view of the city.
Oh my god, how does Artemisia keep this up? Is I guess Artemisia is a lot lighter than a Witch Hut. Where should I make it go?
All right,
There's so much of this. How big is this compared to Westgate?
So it is smaller than Westgate. It's
Uh-huh.
probably about the size of the old city of Westgate. So just one large neighborhood.
But it's all like one library, so.
Well, it's divided. Candlekeep is divided into two, and I will show you the map since you're now floating above it.
Wait,
It's
so
divided into two. There is an inner library with like just a bunch of towers and little castles and a river flowing through and a waterfall, cut by a gate into a much wider open area with a smaller number of squat towers. And then there's a gate leading to the one land mass that will take you to the shore. It's essentially a peninsula, and there's one connection to the shore, and that is beyond that gate.
Okay.
So the Witch Hut, it kind of like floats down toward the city, and then you feel it kind of like shiver a little bit, and then it starts sliding.
Tried very hard to
Dang it.
steer it into that courtyard. It's not working though?
It doesn't go into the courtyard. What it does is it lands outside the gate on the little land bridge.
My first suggestion would be land it in the courtyard. We don't have to pay the book toll.
I tried.
Yeah,
It
it seems that
wouldn't
it seems that it won't go through. Like there's some invisible barrier that's holding it out.
This feels
it
like
ends
one
up
of
on the land
those
bridge.
spells they cast to prevent something because someone did it before.
I bet Candlekeep has a lot of those.
Yep.
Like,
So-
you can't have caramel. It doesn't exist in here because somebody ate caramel and then touched all the books with their sticky fingers.
So, Cecilia, you
Yes.
feel a faint buzz in your mind
Ugh.
from a sending spell that is coming at you. And it's from Skaha. And she says, I have attached the grove to an island just off the shore to the north of where you are. If you wish to come find me, that is where I am.
Okay. Thank you. Next time, please don't drop us up in the air.
Yes, that is regrettable. I apologize.
Oh, hey, Raiders.
Yeah, welcome, Raiders. Wow, that's a lot of Raiders. So glad you're
Coming
here.
over from CNE Games. You guys also just finished your one shot with Lauren. That's exciting.
Awesome. Lauren is the best. Well,
We
you
are
missed them
heading into
falling out of the
Candlekeep.
sky.
And finding some smutty chapbooks. But now we're going to Candlekeep.
That's right.
Hopefully that's what they'll take as entry fee.
Okay, so there are a number of pilgrims in robes with carts outside the gates who see you arrive, and they look a little like, wow, that was dramatic. There is a wizard-looking fellow in a plain off-white robe with the symbol of Agma, okay, the god of knowledge and wisdom,
Cecilia's like, if you say so.
who looks upon you with a completely blank expression, like such things happen. And the pilgrims move out of the way so that you can go to the front if you like.
Well, thank you. I think we ought to, because let's find out if this is going to work. All right, so we'll go up to the Priest of Agma carrying our offerings.
Okay. Just gotta make a check real fast. Yeah, you hear as you approach, you hear them whispering. Those are the Westgate Irregulars, aren't they? Isn't that them? Oh, I've heard about them.
World do people know us out here?
Are they saying that with like excited looks or anxious or like angry?
More like, we're now in the presence of celebrities.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, so there's the Gate Warden who looks at you. He's an old man, but he has that kind of agelessness that comes with great magical power. He has a long gray beard that he has woven into what looks like a scroll under his chin.
Oh, this is great if it's an old man. Because then he'll be like, dirty chapbooks.
I don't. Oh. Okay.
Maybe.
And he says, "Welcome. I am Callan Strongbranch. How may I aid you this day?"
Well met.
Well met.
Sarah Strongbranch. We would like to enter Candlekeep to do a little research for the purposes of saving time and space.
Of course. You have come to seek knowledge. Such is an excellent pursuit. We of Candlekeep have a sacred duty to preserve and collect all knowledge in the realms that can be collected and known. What
All
knowledge have
knowledge.
you to offer?
We have two things here. We have the collected works, the first edition works of the great bard Stong Makguk of the Murder Bear tribe. One of a kind. No one else has the full collection.
He holds out one gnarled hand.
They lay it in his hand. Is that enough
looks through it.
for all of us?
He
And
looks through it
want
looking
to,
pensive.
I want to clarify, like the manuscript, it's like really hastily done. There's maybe like 3 holes punched through and string tie them because unless you're like artificer powers can let you you fashion a really nice.
I don't think I have. Oh man,
Yeah, are you trained with bookbinders tools?
no!
Okay.
Got smith's tools, thieves' tools, and tinker's tools.
Well, you could tinker up some kind of some kind of.
There's like a
solution.
like a thin metal sheath around it,
Mhm.
holding them together.
Yes.
Hmm.
Interesting. Indeed, we of the library have heard of this bard and his interesting musical stylings, I believe is
No
the
one
term.
else is doing what Stong does with authentic swamp sounds.
And we do have a certain set of music from this bard. However, I could tell that this is a much more authentic piece. Thus, this offering shall be accepted.
Does that let all of us in now?
The three of you are together, yes. And Sarshan says, "I have this," and he hands over one of the volumes. The old man looks at the book. Closes it again. We have 7 copies of this in the library already. Sarshan goes, "Oh, sorry."
But did you have an annotated version? This is an annotated one.
Oh my God, Caleb!
Oh,
That's what you
yes.
were doing.
Oh,
Whoa,
yes.
No,
They are
it's like
definitely
Sarshan with Sarshan
annotated.
highlights. Sarshan's highlights and
sorry.
everything.
Who's annotating this?
These books are quite popular among the readers. You may enter, but I must impress upon you the expectations of your behavior while you are in Candlekeep, and some guidelines for where you may go and what you may do. If you will indulge me for a moment.
Who is annotating
Beyond this gate is the Court of Air. This court is open to all seekers of knowledge who pay the offering to enter. Here you may find guides and sages and readers who may assist you in researching whatever information you wish. I must ask that you do not attempt to pass through the emerald door at the west of the Court of Air, for the internal library of Candlekeep is not for mere seekers, but only for readers and the avowed to Ogma and Denier and wisdom and knowledge. Within the Court of Air, you shall find the Pillars of Pedagogy, where you may spend time in a reading room studying what you wish. Arrange such a thing with the sage who will guide you. Elsewhere, you will find the House of Rest, where you may rest from your travels. They seem to have been, and he looks up at the sky, memorable. Beside which is the Hearth, our humble tavern that caters to seekers and sages alike. May you find intriguing dialogue and conversation there. Also, you may find yourself in need of cleansing. May I suggest that you partake of the bath and steam house just inside the gate, where you may also engage in some conversation, but books are not allowed in there, for the fumes and vapors are not conducive to the written word. There is, of course, a temple to Ogma the Wise. You are welcome to pray as much as you wish. There is a granary. There is a smithy. All such things as one might expect to live and cater to those who live in Candlekeep.
Great. So we can go in now?
You are seeking a specific piece of ancient lore, are you not?
Yes. 2
I shall-
things, maybe more?
I shall call an avowed adjutant to assist you.
Thank you.
Ah,
Is it one of the
I
ones who've been
forgot.
annotating the things?
perhaps. I forgot myself. I should give you the basic rules. There shall be no fighting within the walls of Candlekeep. All arguments must follow the rules of cordial debate and discussion. Violent altercations are not tolerated. There shall be no stealing. This rule applies to all objects in the keep, not just the library's works. There shall be no copying. You are permitted to take notes while studying the works, but anyone who wants to make a full copy of a work must pay the scribes to have it created in the House of the Binder. He gestures to one of the buildings in the Court of Air. And there shall be no damaging, marking, or otherwise modifying the works. This rule, of course, doesn't apply to privately owned books, scrolls, and other documents that aren't part of the collection.
Man, good thing Sturge isn't here with us. No stealing.
Right?
He wouldn't
If-
last 5 minutes.
So long as you abide by these guidelines, you are welcome to seek what knowledge has brought you to our door.
Where should we meet this avowed adjutant that's going to help us find what we need?
Ah, yes. I have already sent for this adjutant with my magic, and they shall be awaiting you just inside.
Oh, well, that's quite handy. All right. Well, thank you for the quick tour. Hopefully we'll enjoy our stay.
Of course.
Um,
May the
as-
wisdom of ages open itself to you.
And also to you. Zoop! I'm gonna pull Caliph up to me and be like, we need to go over what exactly we're gonna tell people.
Why can't we just directly tell them what you're after?
Well, I meant, did we talk about the Golden Raven or not?
I mean, if we just ask for them to... Well, yeah, I mean, like, can we just ask them for any material on the Golden Heart or the Piercing?
Okay, let's do that. And if it comes up, we will deal with it on a case-by-case basis.
Yeah, for all we know, they've never heard of it.
So
Maybe.
the enormous gates of Candlekeep, 3 times the height of a human, wrought of black iron, magically warded, grind open in front of you.
I say, see ya to the pilgrims, and go on in.
One of the kids like, "Ah." All right, you head in.
I'm always
Are you
kind of a
taking
fan.
Sarshan with you, or are you leaving him outside?
I'm like, if we leave him outside, what kind of trouble is he going to get into? If we take him inside, what kind of trouble is he going to get into?
Both of these are valid questions.
Is the Witch Hut coming in with us?
I think the Witch Hut's staying outside.
He could watch the Witch House.
Yeah, the witch hut has knelt down and just appears to be a hut.
Do you want to just stay with the house while we do this? We won't have to worry about the sword stuff and fire and things.
Are you going to be long?
I've got no idea how long we're going to be.
No, I'd prefer to come with you.
Well,
You'll get lonely, won't you?
I'm gonna have Caliph.
That's true.
Did it
I think
make
Caliph
sense
likes
that it
reading
does?
more than any of you do.
Why don't?
Well, yeah, but I mean, that's what we're all here for. I'm not going to be the only
Wait.
one reading, right?
If you
No,
wish
I'm
me
gonna
to
have
stay
to
outside, I will.
What if we just do we have in and out privileges, or is it like once we're in, once we're out, we're out?
Once you are in, you are in. And once you are out, you are out.
Okay, in that case, I do vote he comes with us because if something goes haywire and we need someone who can jump in front of things, since you and I are a little squishy,
So she goes, yes, I could do that.
but you don't. No fire.
Right. No fire. I
Potentially-
remember.
You may hang out in the tavern. We'll see.
Right.
Okay,
Okay.
let's go find this avowed guy, lady person.
So the 3 of you head inside. Okay. Yeah, you find yourselves in a wide open space. It has almost no trees. Nothing cluttering the cobblestone expanse. It's full of people, however, walking around, engaging in conversation, laughing. Many of them are wearing the robes of scholars. Some of them appear to be travelers, much like yourselves. And a good number of just laborers, people who maintain these facilities for the sages.
Okay, do we
And you
see...
do indeed see a person. I'm going to need one of you to roll a d8, please. The Gate Warden has summoned a random adjutant.
Are you doing it? I'm doing it.
It looks like she rolled an 8.
Oh, I did it. I rolled an 8.
Oh, okay, cool.
Oh, good. Okay.
What's an 8?
So there is a small tiefling standing right there. They are wearing the same kind of robe with the symbol, although it's not as ornate. There's only just the one symbol, no additional ribbons or other augmentations. And they kind of are shifting back and forth a little bit, and they go, "Ah, there you are. What a lovely day. Welcome, well met to Candlekeep. I am Irony."
Your Irony?
Irony.
Well met, Irony.
I'm Cecilia. This is Caliph. That's Sarshan.
I am Sarshan.
We're looking for some information.
Perfect. There is a great deal of information here. I am your avowed adjutant, and I will help you find this information.
Great. The first thing we need to know about is something called the Golden Heart of the Rift.
Okay. Starts taking notes on a notepad that has appeared out of nowhere.
The second thing is there are these green crystals
Green crystals.
that are made out of something you suck out of people.
Okay, something you suck out of people.
They may have something to do with
Do you mean in a
chronomancy.
sexual way or in a magical way?
No, I do not. In a magical way.
Magical way, Sarshan says. Okay, he writes that down.
Okay. And it might have something to do with chronomancy.
Pauses.
And in fact, anything you have about chronomancy, like how to undo it or how to shut it down, we would not mind that information either.
Irony writes that down. Chronomancy.
Anything else we want to...
Is
there a
this,
limit on how much stuff we can ask you?
No, of course not. I have to ask. When you ask about chronomancy, is this an earnest investigation or simply a whim?
Earnest.
Earnest. Many seekers who come looking for that knowledge are simply fascinated by the concept. But you wish to know about practical applications.
Yeah, but not us doing the chronomancy, stopping someone else from potentially doing chronomancy.
Well, I had made that assumption, but I appreciate the clarification.
Just want to be clear, we're not messing around with that stuff.
Of course, of course. That would be in defiance of Mistra's laws of magic.
Maybe as long as you're looking up stuff. If you have any who's who of warlock patrons
Warlock patrons?
for a friend,
I already writes that down.
particularly the non-asshole versions.
Oh, and if you have
Scratches
any
something out.
information on like skin books, that one's just on a whim, so.
Necromancy, specifically as applied to turning living people into books. Anything else? Do you wish to do this reading for yourselves, or do you wish one of the sages or readers to supply you with information?
Oh,
Pretty sure we can read it ourselves.
do we have to?
Well,
Do you not want to?
it would be much faster, Irony says.
Okay, I guess fast.
This is a
gold.
substantial list of topics, and no doubt if I assigned a reader or if I took part in this research, it would take at least a 10-day to accumulate this information. Perhaps I could identify some books that might be of use, and we could research together. Wouldn't that be lovely?
Okay. This was not my favorite part of school, but okay.
Sarshan says, I can read
Yeah, I can.
slowly. And Irony says,
But Caliph is a downright scholar, so...
Irony looks over at Caliph. Ah, you are Caliph Amikir, are you not?
No. You're thinking of another Caliph.
Oh, no doubt a druid of some kind. I'm certain it must be my mistake. Well then, I shall make some inquiries. Why don't you refresh yourselves at the tavern, and I shall come and collect you in an hour or two.
Okay.
And then
Okay.
we shall go to the pillars together and read together. Irony seems very pleased about that.
Okay.
Does that guy know you from somewhere?
Do what? I can't
They
hear
know
you.
you. Do they know you from somewhere?
I shouldn't. I mean, I've been here before, but I was surprised.
Is your name on a list somewhere?
Oh, I hope not.
Yes, what happened when you were here before? Sershin asks.
Okay, I want to point out that it wasn't just me. Sturge and Stong were here too. So might have accidentally burned some stuff, but it wasn't all my fault.
I see.
Oh my goodness. Okay, what's your new last name? Because you can't be Caleb Amikir if anybody asks.
Caleb Stovastaya.
All right, you know what? I will dead look a Scage in the eye and tell them you're my half sister.
Very well, very well.
All right.
Okay,
My
you're
sister
gonna.
from another mister.
What is my last name? Sarshan says.
Matt Guck.
Do you have a last name? Why don't I know this?
I do not.
Okay, that's good.
Would
I'm
you like
assuming-
would you like to be Stong's half brother?
I should enjoy that. I'm not sure how that's possible, but I should enjoy that.
You're adopted now.
Aha! I am Sarshan Makuk, not heir of the Murder Bear tribe.
God. Cecilia's like, I don't know how Stong would respond to that.
For I am adopted, you see. Yes, I like it.
All right. So we should probably go to the tavern like you suggested, but also we might want to go ahead and get rooms in the inn since we're not allowed to leave. And that guy said we might be here for a 10-day.
Okay.
How are the prices of the food in the inn?
Do we have to pay in books?
Okay. The House of Rest, a 3-story bunkhouse that seems to be a place to rest and store your gear. The accommodations appear to be rustic. They have private rooms, common rooms, and it tends to be pretty quiet, it seems. Like entering the lobby of this place, you suspect it's like you're walking into a library of its own. Next door is the Hearth, which is a tavern. It appears to be a modest tavern of sturdy construction, with warm light emanating from a pair of small windows on either side of the front door. You hear raucous laughter and shouts from inside, unlike this inn here. Okay. So you head inside, and they, quote you pretty modest prices for staying here, which well within your
In coin?
in coin, yeah. Does one of you happen to be a bard?
No. Are you
well.
looking for a bard to perform?
That's actually a relief. We've had some issues with bards. You see,
Ah.
so many bards come through, and they are always looking to pay for their room and board in song or in, quote, some other way. Anyway, we direct them over to the Hearth, obviously.
Got it.
I mean, if you want a bard, one of us can try to sing.
No. We offer our guests peace and quiet. Thank you, though.
All right. So
And the person who is welcoming you to the inn looks at Kayla's very, very closely.
Can I
what's the
help you?
matter? Never seen a partially undead Avario before?
More often than you'd think. But
Wait, there are others? I have competitors?
No, please follow me.
Oh my god.
The House of Rest is quite full at the moment, but we can make accommodation. Please.
Okay.
And you follow them up to the second floor. There are hallways lined with doors. Each of them is inscribed with a symbol of some kind and a rune. The runes are all in an ancient dialect that seems familiar to you as, adventurers. You could probably read that. They're just basically numbers, but there are also symbols to denote the doors because you get the sense that not everybody recognizes those numbers who comes through here. The greeter leads you past all those rooms to a door at the end of the hall, unmarked, has no number, no symbol. Raps on the door, waves their hand, casting a spell. An image appears, burning itself into the door.
Ooh, fancy.
It looks like it looks vaguely like an hourglass in a circle, which kind of like tilts to the side. And the greeter goes, fascinating. And then opens the door, which opens into a huge sprawling space.
Whoa.
With couches and divans and beds, and it is essentially a magnificent mansion spell.
Oh. Well, that's fun.
Yeah, the greeter says, you came at a auspicious time. The rest recently filled up the last room, and when the rooms are full, we augment our capacity with magic. Please.
Very nice. Can I ask a quick question?
Of course.
That symbol on the door, you seemed surprised by it.
Well, whenever I welcome a new guest, a different symbol appears, and I have never seen one that looks like that before.
Do you know what it means?
Could you tell me what it means?
Well, I don't like that it was an hourglass. That Cecilia is thinking, I don't know that I want to explain this to him. Oh, we were researching something related to an hourglass, and it sort of looked similar.
I mean,
Maybe it was a
we are
butterfly.
It symbolizes that we have all the time in the world to stay here and research, probably because we do. We're not under we're not on a deadline or anything like that.
Ah, thematic and appropriate. How wonderful. Please make yourselves at home.
Can I make an insight check and make sure this isn't the Golden Raven in disguise?
Yeah. I mean, technically that would be an investigation check.
Okay, I'm better at that.
Mm-hmm.
19.
Yeah? You don't think this is the Golden Raven in disguise?
Okay.
The greeter's
Go
like,
in.
you are looking at me very intently, lady.
Am I?
Yes. If you are searching for stories or entertaining company or companionship, might I suggest the Hearth?
No,
She thinks you have pretty eyes.
Yes, the Hearth. and
I think
then
you
the
have-
greeter walks away.
I think you have a lovely cheekbones.
Session says, you also have excellent legs. Sorry, I thought we were picking body parts. Were we not picking body parts?
It's Okay.
Okay.
So, don't like that there was an hourglass on the door.
Should we ask for? If we ask for a different room, do you think it's just gonna
I don't
burn
know.
another hourglass?
He said there's no other rooms, so I think this is what we got.
I thought he just said they make more rooms with magic.
Oh, yeah. So if they make another one, it might. Well, I mean, I don't know. Maybe.
Sarshan staring at the symbol with his head tilted to the side.
What are you doing?
It's tilted.
The hourglass?
Unless I look at it this way. It's straight if I look at it this way. But it's tilted.
Is it not supposed to be tilted?
I'm supposed to be.
I mean, you worked for the lady for like an eternity.
Well, she does have an hourglass, but it's not tilted.
Does this look like the same hourglass as hers?
It's just a symbol. It reminds me of it.
I like it.
So how much time do we have here exactly, Cecilia?
I don't know. Like before something happens?
I guess.
I have no idea.
That demon child said an hour or two, yes? Sarshan
Well,
says.
yeah, that's how long we have until the books come.
Perfect. Sarshan says, I've been wearing this shirt for too long. She goes and flops on the couch.
Go over to the tavern.
Oh, the tavern. Excellent. Comes back.
Since I don't think I get my spells back after a short rest anymore.
Yeah, can we just like... I don't know, I feel like an hour Caleb would just be sitting there twiddling her thumbs waiting.
You don't want to go get some food? Talk to some strangers?
We just had a hero's feast. I'm stuffed.
Yeah, that's true. Okay.
There might be stories or rumors, Sarshan says.
There might be alcohol.
That too.
Sure, let's go.
Ah, perfect. All right, so you close up the room. There's no key, but when you close it, the symbol sparkles and the doorknob just disappears.
Gonna definitely stare at that symbol till it's gone.
Yeah, the symbol stays though.
Oh, I thought you said it sparkled and disappeared.
The doorknob
disappears.
so
God,
no
I
one
love
could
that
get
symbol.
in.
All right. I keep looking back at it, but
Okay. So you make your way to the tavern, the Hearth.
yes.
So you hear laughter and song as you approach. It seems like a pretty small, very modest building, but when you go inside, you see that it's much larger inside than it appears outside. There are multiple floors with couches and tables and chairs and dozens of people. So over the bar, kind of in the middle of the space, there is floating an intricate clockwork device. It's faintly glowing, suspended within crystal, and it's ticking, moving around, kind of like a clock. And a series of soft, comfortable-looking armchairs encircle the room. There's a fireplace in the center of the room where there is fire rising, and the warmth is radiating outward.
Is there anyone who looks interesting to eavesdrop on?
Sure.
Might as well get some gossip with our alcohol.
Okay. Why?
Unless we're gonna talk about like plans, in which case we should find the place nobody's sitting there.
Okay, so one of
Do you have a
the
preference, Caliph?
No real preference.
Let's
as
be
you're
nosy
standing
now.
there, a server comes over to you and says,
Mhm.
"Ah, welcome to the Hearth. What can I do for you?"
We're waiting for our knowledge to come to us, so we were thinking we would just sit and have a drink.
Ah, yes, of course. We have a wide variety of drinks from all across the realms, but mostly here on the Sword Coast.
Great.
Gestures
just sit
toward the
somewhere?
bar.
All right, let's go sit at the bar.
Okay. So at the bar, at the end of the bar specifically, there are just a bunch of people, like I said, travelers and some just regular laborers and a few sages. Most of the sages are like sitting alone, enjoying a drink after a day's saging. And at the end of the bar is the person who stands out the most, because this person is huge, like just very, very large, muscular,
Relative to Stong, how big?
bigger than Song.
Got it.
Because this person is an ogre sitting at the end of the bar. And he's kind of looming over and just eating from this like small little plate, and occasionally drinking from this what must be a large tankard that is just like a little toy in his hand. He's just,
Little espresso cup.
yep. And you see that on his head is a shiny gold headband, which kind of sparkles in the candlelight.
Is it like a band of intellect?
Well, you can't tell at a distance, but it looks very similar to that fine thing that Aaron is wearing right there.
I didn't get my detect magic eyes back, right? Just be speech.
In fact, it is glowing with magic, and you think that you can see magic again.
Huh. Well,
Mhm.
that's handy.
Isn't it? This is the first time it's been clear to you, though, and you can see that it's a magical headband that he's wearing.
How are other people
headband
reacting to
glowing?
him?
Oh, sorry.
How are other people reacting?
They're mostly kind of leaving him alone.
Like alone, like and we're respecting you wanting to be here, or
Alone, like he makes them a little uncomfortable.
Ah,
He doesn't seem to mind too much. He sees you looking over at him, and he's just kind of,
There are some things that Cecilia wanted to ask Caliph, but also I'm happy to go make friends with the ogre if you want.
Caliph
So-
is gonna hold up her own glass and then point to it and then point to him.
in the chat, Hostile has put in a bling bling for the ogre. Says, get him some better eating utensils. Which
It
I
is so
mean,
wholesome.
I think that's totally reasonable. Yeah, you go over to join the ogre, and he's just finishing up the salad, and he says, "Oh, hail and well met. I was just going to order some more. Please join me. I am Little One."
I'm Caliph. Nice to meet you. Well met.
I'm Cecilia.
And I am Sarshan.
What brings you to Candlekeep?
Well, I have come to learn, as most come to Candlekeep to do.
Oh, you're a sage.
Well, I wouldn't call myself a sage, but I do want to learn. For, you see, I spent most of my life knowing almost nothing, and now, well, I have an opportunity to learn more and try and follow a new course.
Are you learning anything in particular?
Oh, this? He picks up the book that he's been reading. He says, this is a chat book, actually.
Oh my god.
It's called The Storm King's Thunder.
Okay, phew.
It's an adventure book about a band of heroes searching for Storm Giant King.
Hmm.
Uh,
That sounds like an excellent piece of literature. More people should read that.
Oh, it's amazing. I only realized just recently that adventure stories can be written down rather than just tales told by bards in taverns. I'm not welcome in most taverns, as you can probably guess.
That's unfortunate.
Well, it is the way of the world.
You would think taverns would be very excited for you to be here because I assume you have to purchase more ale and also food than, like, for example, a gnome.
I thought you were going to say, because I'm big and strong and scary, and anyone that comes in the tavern might be scared of me. And I appreciate that you did not. It is true. Most people are scared of me, and I have used that to my advantage on many occasions. But yes, I do need to drink extra ale.
That works
Speaking
out
of
with
which,
the tavern.
and he bangs his hand on the table, making the whole thing shake. And he says, "Ale, please." The tender comes over. You might be curious about my name.
I mean, maybe. You are not a little person from our perspective.
It was all right. See, once upon a time, I was much like others of my kind, brutish and cruel, and I used my strength and size to get what I wanted. It was then that I met my first and smallest friend, a halfling adventurer, who was wearing this headband. And when I put it on myself, when I learned how to wear it and how to listen to it, I came to realize that what I had done in my life before was wrong and regrettable. And it has led me down a new path, and I bear this name to honor that halfling who showed me a better way.
What happened to your friend?
Alas, he was squashed. By me. That's how I got the headband.
Did the halfling think you were friends? Sorry. Obviously,
I am not
subject.
sure. I have been giving that some thought, and I think that before I squished him, he did acknowledge me as a person.
Well, that's good.
That's far more than anyone else has ever done, and I feel a certain degree of not necessarily remorse, but responsibility to live the life that he might have lived. We all make mistakes in our lives.
Yep, that is definitely true. And sometimes you just have to accept it can't be any way different. Can't change the past. That's how it is.
Most of the time, anyways.
Most of the time.
I mean, you've heard of chronomancy, right?
Chronomancy.
Yeah, like time magic.
Time magic. Oh, yes, of course. Isn't that... Well, I am not a wizard myself, but isn't that very unusual and rare?
Yeah, and forbidden and stuff.
Yes. Are you... He leans in close, which is kind of unsettling because he's real big. Are you chronomancers?
No,
The
I
whole
am
bar
not,
looks
and
over
how
at you because
dare you?
his whispers are real loud.
Of course
We used to
not.
have been in the future.
This sounds like an intriguing tale. Perhaps I might assist you in some way. You have been kind enough to listen to my story. I should repay your kindness.
Oh. I mean...
You buy our drinks?
Of course, I had assumed that I was already doing that. Sarshan's like, I love you. You are excellent. You are a fine ogre. I am sorry for slaying so many of your kind. And the ogre says, I understand.
Okay, they're gonna be friends. Cool.
I have also slain some of your kind. And Sarshan goes, haha, good one.
I mean,
Okay, well, is he asking us how he can help us?
Yeah. He says, so I have an adjutant who has been assisting me in acquiring books. And I have recently been asking mostly for adventuring books. But perhaps I could seek a book about chronomancy. Would that assist you?
We have an adjutant that's working with us. They haven't come back with the books yet.
Of course,
So
of course.
it's unclear if we need help with that. You know what?
I could assist you in your studies.
Do I know of any spells that will erase text? Like a
Do you know that such a
backwards,
spell exists? Is that what you're asking?
yeah.
like erase text?
Yeah, like
Like
the opposite of amanuensis.
You're pretty sure there are spells that will erase text.
Because I would like him to request those chat books, those Tetsun tab books.
So you mean like accidentally spilling a bottle of ink?
Well, I meant we're like magically removing all of the annotations and potentially the entire story from Satin Rutshear's chat books. I want to know how bad it is first. And then I would like to make sure that my business is not being besmirched on top of being spread everywhere.
Make a persuasion check. When you have advantage because he's very friendly to you right now.
I feel like I would also like to make this this offer more persuasive than my current like yelling at Caitlin.
That's fine.
But oh wait, roll. I think it's not going to roll in roll 20. Yeah. Ooh, that's not. Well, that's okay. 21.
Okay. He leans in close again.
So there's these chapbooks that I'd like to get a look at because I've been told they've been annotated, and I have questions about the veracity of the annotations since the people annotating it weren't there. And if they were, I would like to know their names and addresses and weak points.
I see. Well, I'm not certain if I can assist, but I do have an insight that might be of use.
Oh? It was mostly just, I feel like if someone else requested them, they would not look so closely because they may or may not be related to someone I know.
Yes, no doubt the Gate Warden or your adjutant has told you that you were not allowed to take books from Candlekeep.
Oh yeah, no. I'm not planning on taking it from Candlekeep. I really just want to see what the annotations look like.
Right. There may be a workaround. I shall request these books, and then we shall see.
Exactly what I'm asking you to do. That is what I want to be clear. All I'm asking you to do is request these books.
Are they
You've already
exciting?
been requesting. No, they're very boring and you should not read them.
Caliph behind Setzile, you can see Sarshan going. He goes, very, very boring, very terrible.
I mean, that's terrible. It's not terrible. It's not for you.
Heroic even, Sarshan says. But
Heroic?
unrealistic. Well, sometimes.
How many of these have you read?
4 pages of 1.
Okay.
They're very aspirational.
Aspirational.
I mean, not that Okay, never mind. I don't want to have this conversation.
Okay, little one nods and says, I shall request these books.
Okay, I will write their names down because I don't actually know the names of any of the volumes, and additionally, I don't know if Cecilia can say them out loud without dying of embarrassment.
Okay.
The Tales of Setson. Ew.
Tales of Setson. As many of the volumes as they have. Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So, eventually you see a familiar silhouette show up in the door of the hearth, and it is Irony. They come over to you with a big pile of books in their arms.
Whoa. Okay.
Yes, I tried to acquire as much as I could. There are probably a few more texts, but they are currently in use, and I'm hoping that I shall acquire them on the morrow.
Thank you.
Shall we?
Yes, we have to go to the Towers of Pedagogy to read these.
Indeed, the pillars. Pillars of pedagogy.
I'm sorry.
No worries.
Cecilia's like, these names are a little. That name's a little.
Meanwhile,
But
Sarshan and
she's
Little
used to
One
wizards
are
and stuff.
definitely
Anyway.
drinking a lot together.
Are you gonna just hang out here, or do you want to come look at the books?
He says, I feel that I should protect you.
From
and Irene
books?
says, oh, the books offer her no danger. Don't worry,
It's
she will
okay.
not be in any danger.
You can stay here, and we'll meet you back at the inn.
I shall stay here. And Little One goes, he shall stay here. He is endeavoring to outdrink me. And
Don't-
Sarshan says, it might happen.
Let's just say, don't get in a drinking contest with an ogre.
Little One says, I could drink you. And Sarshan's like, haha, yes, well, maybe I can also drink me.
Okay, maybe go to the inn now, because I don't think this seems. If either of us doing something dangerous, this seems more dangerous. You wanted to try that thing, you're not going to be able to try that thing.
He gestures over to Cecilia.
What?
I'm a paladin, remember?
Oh. Got it. Still, don't. Whatever. You can handle yourself. Let's go.
Okay. So, Cecilia and Caliph, you head up to the Pillars of Pedagogy. All right. I actually have a different map for that as well.
Is this a good time for a break?
Yeah, let's take our
Before we
break.
dive into studies.
That's a good idea. So, we'll take our break. Yang Yang, queue us up for 10 minutes. And meanwhile, poll. What should you all talk about? Maybe.
Part of
What-
me's like, you should come up with titles for these chapbooks.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Because let's be real, they're not called Volume 1, Volume 2, Volume 3.
I should like to see some suggested titles. Thank you, everyone, and we'll see you soon.
Keep it PG-13, people.
And we're back. All right. So, Caliph and Cecilia are making their way to the library.
Yes. As we walk, I do want to ask Caliph quietly so Irony does not overhear. Why did you ask about skin books? Didn't you? I mean, you have one.
Yeah, but I want to see if it can be improved.
Okay.
I mean,
Oh, sorry. Yang Yang just reminded us something. 2 things.
Mhm.
Thank you to our new subscriber,
Hey, awesome.
Nubasaur 42. Sorry, I have a little dyscalculia. Welcome and thank you. Also, we're running a giveaway. We have sorry, someone said good night to my son. The name's in my head. Eric. You have the text for that. What's the giveaway all about?
Yes. We are giving away 2 copies of this brand new gaming book, which is part of, let's see, find the text again. Oh my god. Okay, yes. It is the Stargazer's Guide to Aurora, which incorporates astrology and zodiac signs into character creation and guiding them along their path, including subraces, classes, subclasses, factions, locations, more. Dropping on Friday, we have 2 copies to give away, so if you would like to enter into that, ! ticket I'll put you in the drawing. That's
One copy for here, and then one copy on our Discord,
mhm,
right?
mhm.
So if you want to enter that drawing, go to our
That's right.
Discord and follow the rules under giveaways. And
I mean, I assumed you were already on the Discord, everybody. Everybody who's watching right now should be on our Discord. I know that you're not, because I know the numbers. Anyway, it's
giveaways
it's a
and
good time.
polls. That's the name of the channel.
It's a good time. I think you'd enjoy it.
Okay, so, but I was gonna ask Caleb about her skin book question. So you just like improving it, like how? You're muted.
I mean, like in normal books, you can always add a few pages to the back and annotate important passages.
You can't annotate your skin book?
I mean, I do, but then he starts annotating my annotations, and his annotations get pretty snarky.
So wait, is Aiden in the book? You mentioned Aiden in the book before, right?
Did I?
Okay, maybe not. What do you mean him? Is the
He-
book alive?
Okay, as Emily, I actually can't remember if
I
I've
actually
mentioned
can't
anything
remember
in the
either.
book.
This is one of the downsides of the skipping weeks. I'm a little like, I feel like you said something that implied Aiden was in the book.
that
But-
sounds the most likely. So
So wait, is Aiden like alive in the book?
yeah.
He's just hanging out.
He's just hanging out. He's comfortable.
Are you comfortable? Listen, Caliph, I see two things here that are possible. One, you've gotten in over your head. You've been working this necromancy stuff, and Aiden talked you into some weird thing, and the only way to save him was to turn him into a book. Second option, this was the relationship you were always meant to have, and you are as happy as you've ever been. And really, right now, I think it could be either. Can you just tell me which one?
Kind of both.
Kind of both. Yeah. That's fair.
I mean,
Oh, welcome, Raiders!
Hey.
Nothing's really simple.
it's he's a great book. He makes he's a great book. I have no complaints. She's saying that, and her smile is like kind of fixed.
Is he a better book than he was a not boyfriend? Blink twice if it's yes. Is he listening to us right now? Is that how that works? Okay. Well, that's good. I'm not gonna judge you because my boyfriend was apparently enslaved by my alternate timeline self, and I still have not come to grips with that personally.
What if we set up our boyfriends together?
I don't know how that works because Sargent doesn't read really.
That's right. He's a slow reader.
Yeah. Also, I don't know. I don't really like him. Anyway, let's go read some books.
Have you told him that before? To his face?
Yes, I told him I loved him, and it was very rude because he yelled at me. But maybe that's fair.
He sounds
Although-
perfect for you.
That's also fair. I'm gonna hope that there's a point after this where we don't have to worry about the world ending and we can figure this kind of stuff out, because I don't think anyone's prepared for I thought I had a relationship and then he turned into a book. Or you didn't really. You guys weren't really dating, I guess. I don't know, Caliph. I'm gonna be honest, I never understood Aiden. Sorry,
But-
Aiden, it's just true.
Does Aiden say anything? muted? Oh, you are muted. Oh,
Aiden doesn't say anything. He's asleep, apparently.
Meats was doing its usual business. Yeah. Sorry. Yeah, Aiden responds, tell her that it's all right. I do not require any particular esteem.
he's cool. He's happy. He's good.
I guess that's fair.
He's comfy.
Had a weird relationship with his own body, I guess, with the arm and leg replacement kind of stuff. I don't know. I don't need to get into your business. I'm sorry. It's very fascinating, but it's not my business.
You say fascinating, but I sense more uncomfortable, and you would rather be far, far away from my book. My skin book.
No. As long as it stays in your bag.
As long as what?
It stays in your bag.
Oh.
Are you just carrying him loose? I've definitely been picturing you with a satchel.
Oh, okay. Well, she
You could
probably
be
has a
carrying it
satchel.
loose. I'll say something different.
Well, no, she probably has a satchel because it's not like a skin book is something you go flomping around everywhere.
So at this point, Irony has finished talking to the scribes at the door to the towers and found a reading space for you to go in and use. And they say, all right, this way. Come along as soon as you're ready.
All right. And how
Okay.
many books are waiting for us?
Many. You did ask for quite a few texts, and as I mentioned, there are a few that I was unable to acquire on short notice, but I'm hoping to have for the morrow.
I'm deeply daunted by what a avowed adjutant thinks is many books. But let's
Do not be
find
concerned.
out.
I shall assist you in your reading as you have requested.
All right, Cecilia.
These are
how do you wanna-
fascinating topics.
How do you want to do this? Where do you want to start?
I mean,
All
feel
right,
like
so
the
Irony
Golden Heart of
shows
the-
you into the
okay.
library.
I feel like the Golden Heart of the Rift is the simplest thing. It's just a what is this kind of question.
It's probably
green-
the smallest stack too.
Yeah, that's my guess. And then I'm not gonna lie, I do kind of want to see that Warlock Patron stack.
Okay, Irony is right there. And they say, all right, the reading room set aside for your use is right over this way. And they point you in the direction of this room over here.
All right.
But of course, you may feel free to browse these stacks. I assume that you would not bother any of the other readers, but there may be some who might wish to speak with you. And yeah, you enter this small little 15 by 15 foot room with a couple of desks, bookshelves. The desks are piled high with books.
Whoa.
Which ones are the ones about the Golden Heart of the Rift?
That is a very unusual term. I was not entirely certain what books to find, but I did find a book about the Dwarves of the Great Rift. I thought it might be a reference of something like that. I found a book about anatomy, particularly of the beings and entities that are known to have a golden complexion or be actually created of gold. And there's this book about the legendary city of Brass, which your request reminded me of. And I also found this book of fairy tales because Hearth is often understood to be a type of deer. Points to another book.
Okay. Does not feel like there is a big winner for that. Nothing super obvious, but
Nope.
seems to
Irony
start.
looks very enthusiastic. Time to start reading.
Which is the stack about potential warlock patrons then?
Ah, points to the even bigger stack of books.
Oh my gosh!
The warlock arts are a fascinating realm of study. They seem to be much less regimented than arcane powers and similar in concept, but not the same as divine powers, occupying a strange middle betwixt the two. And patrons, entities that might offer warlock powers, can be various and multifarious, and thus we have books of places all over the multiverse.
My goodness. Okay, fair. All right. Well,
How big is the stack of books for Chronomancy?
There are 2 books about chronomancy.
wow, maybe that's where we want to start.
One of them is about the edicts of magic, and the rules and
I.e., don't do a chronomancy.
the rules and strictures of the Weave, which is a very old book by a sage of who lived centuries ago. Irony tells you. And the other book is a treatise on ancient Netheril, where the Chronomancer supposedly resided and did his works.
And then, do we have green crystal? That was the squishiest question we gave them. I feel like.
And yes, there's another stack of books about spells that involve green crystals as components. That includes quick cast spells and also rituals.
How many books about skin books are there?
Irony frowns apologetically and says, alas, the truly significant necromantic books are locked in the restricted area, and I could not acquire them on short notice. I am hoping to acquire them within the next few days.
Well, we have plenty
Also,
of things to
you
keep
can
us
look-
occupied until then.
Also, you might be able to find some useful information here, and they pat the book about edicts of magic.
Ooh, I think he's shading you.
Well,
Okay. All right. I feel like we start with the small stack. That's
Chronomancy?
Yeah. Will you take one? I'll take one.
Sure. All right, settle back. Time to start reading.
Okay, so make investigation checks. I know, this is the content that you come here for.
17.
Action-packed studying.
What?
I am re-rolling that one with inspiration that I got from Hostel.
Oh,
Thank you, Hostel. Emily, roll better.
oh yeah, much better.
Much better.
Okay, so Chronomancy is a rare type of magic. Many wizards can do some chronomancy, manipulation of time. The haste spell, for instance, is essentially chronomancy. Slow spell is essentially chronomancy. Time stop is a chronomancy spell. But when compared to the chronomancers of ancient Netheril, at least according to the book, which is a biography of a chronomancer named Jeriah Kronos, who lived at least 2,000 years before Dale Reckoning, so around 4,000 years ago, 3,500, 4,000 years ago.
Mhm.
According to that book, Time Stop is a relatively mediocre, middle of the road spell
Whoa.
in terms of what a true chronomancer can accomplish with manipulation of time. And then there's an annotated editor's note that the rules of magic apparently put a damper on most of these feats, and so the magical experiments described herein cannot be duplicated due to Mistra's edicts regarding the use of chronomancy as damaging the weave. See, and then it refers to that other book about the edicts of magic. So you come up with the knowledge that essentially chronomancy is, in its pure, most powerful form, damaging to reality. And when it damages reality around the weave of magic, it threatens to destabilize the weave of magic and wreak havoc upon the world. Mistra, at some point, forbade the use of chronomancy for that reason.
So that feels like one of two things has to be true. Either I'm looking over at irony. Are they absorbed in their texts? Either she's not doing chronomancy, or she's in a timeline with no Mistra. Or something else?
Or she has become mistress, so she makes the rules now.
That's a lot. Oh God, no.
I'm just throwing out some theories.
I mean, okay, that's fair. There are multiple things that upset me there. Like, one, the big one, if she's the goddess of magic, then what are we going to do? Two, that's a level of ambition that I have never had in my life, and I feel a little bit like a failure if the alternate version of me somehow became the goddess of magic, even if she's evil.
I would say you have no one the only person you should be comparing yourself against is you, but I realize that's probably not very helpful in this situation.
It's very uncomfortable. I just would like everybody to accept that this is not me, but I just don't even think that's happening because I guess it's also sort of not true.
So actually, if she is, let's go with the theory that she's in a timeline with no Mistra. So what? We've always been going to her world, right? What if we can force her into this world where there is a Mistra?
She did come here, though.
Dang it.
She came here to steal Sarshan.
That's right. But that was only really briefly, right? Like, what if we somehow got her here and made her stay longer so that Mistra actually paid more attention or noticed?
Maybe. I wish there was a way to know for sure. Because I'm not taking this medallion off until it is really definitely the only good idea. How can there's any way to figure that out? We can do sendings to other planes, right? If we do a sending?
You can. Mm-hmm.
Can you do sendings?
Like message?
No, like sending.
I don't think so.
I don't think I can either.
I just want to point something out. I was looking at Kayla's character sheet out of game for a second. I was looking at Kayla's character sheet, and I realized that she was only level 12, and she should be level 13. So I just went ahead and leveled her up to level 13. Kayla, you have some spells to pick up for yourself. I'm just saying.
Are any of them sending? We send to one of the people we know in that plane and be like, excuse me, but have you heard the good word of Mistra? And when they say, "Who's that?" we have our answer.
No, that's when they send back, read the sign on this dimension, no soliciting.
New plane, who dis?
Yeah, you're not muted.
It's funny. Yeah, you can hear the laughter of God up above. Okay. At some point, Irony goes, "Wow," and they turn to you and they say, "Have you heard of this entity called Jublex?" And they hold up the book, and there's this picture of like this rotting slime creature.
Why?
Apparently,
Why?
Jublex is a demon lord of the abyss, the great rift below reality, and is a potential warlock patron. I just thought that such powers beyond our understanding might be of great interest to your friend.
No.
Well, I'll keep
no.
looking then.
Maybe less gross and evil.
Irony goes back to looking. Oh, you are probably talking about Archfey then. They tend to be much more less gross.
Yes. That my friend did previously have a pact with an Archfey who was generally very hands-off and understanding until she wasn't.
I see.
So that's the kind of thing we're looking for, less of a master-servant thing, more of a mutually beneficial arrangement thing. But so I can look because I know them better. So
of course.
Hey, Irony, are there any? Can you find us any books about other realities, like learning things from other realities, or ways we can like test certain rules or theories about them?
Of course. I am always fascinated in various realities and planes of existence. Perhaps it would be helpful if I could connect you with my mentor, the sage Ivanor. I will see if they are available.
That would be wonderful.
They usually take a walk on the ramparts this time of the late sun, so I shall return.
Okay.
Irony closes up the books, puts them back, and then takes off, leaving you two alone in your reading room. There is a window. It is over that desk right here.
Okay.
And you can see that the sun is starting to dip, so it's getting into late sun.
So, okay. If the other theory, it's not chronomancy, it just looks like chronomancy. Is that a thing we should look into? Like
But
maybe
how do we test that?
I don't know, you think anybody's ever done this kind of weird timeline plane splitting thing before? God, I hope not. Oh. You just figure out how she's doing that and maybe figure out how to stop her?
Do either of the books mention any like historical or suspected known chronomancers?
I think just the Netherese guy. I don't believe for a second he was born with the last name Kronos. I think he did that on purpose. I think if we were going to go through another stack, it should be the green crystal stack, because that seems to be a thing she's using.
Yeah, I think we can just like flip through the pages real quick, see if anything catches our eye. Don't have to go super in depth on it yet. All right.
Okay,
Is there something else you'd rather get in?
You're looking through that book, reading about magic rituals. Crystals all seem kind of incidental. Some of the illustrations are pointing out green crystals, but it doesn't seem to be a requirement.
none of them look like the thing in the vision that I had,
Not exactly.
or the powder in the hourglass that looked like the crushed up crystals. Am I remembering that right? That we figured out, we thought those might be connected?
Yeah. You
Okay.
suspected those might be connected.
All right, cool.
There is a slightly hair-raising bit about liches that once they reach a certain age, decompose to such a point that many of them are skulls that utilize crystalline teeth that trap the soul of things inside. That's a bit hair-raising.
I'm gonna like get Calith over this and be like, "Do you have a good dentist?"
What's a dentist?
Like a tooth doctor.
I don't know why.
Just, you know. Apparently, you gotta take care of your teeth, even if you choose the path of this business.
Oh, that's yeah. I've been yeah, that'll happen eventually, maybe.
What is happening exactly?
To
You? Are you turning into a lich?
I think so eventually. It got a little fuzzy. I'm not entirely clear.
Okay. Stop me if I'm getting too personal here, but is it being a lich like a really intentional thing? You have to do a lot of stuff to prepare for it?
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
So did you do that stuff?
Yeah, some.
You just didn't finish.
Not quite.
Did you not finish because you changed your mind, or?
It's a big commitment. I'm just kind of...
That's fair.
I haven't decided yet. I still have my whole life ahead of me.
You do, and you're like a full elf, so that's
I
a
can
long time.
Yeah, I mean, like, it'll be interesting when it happens. It's just, you know, I was suddenly was about to, and then I was like, kind of got cold feet, maybe.
That's fair. I mean, you're not wrong. It's a very big commitment.
But it'll be fascinating when it happens. But it's also, you know, like, can't really go back from that.
Yeah,
but it would be so cool. But
suddenly I'm like, is there some kind of weird healing spell that undoes liches? That is not something I know about.
I know that'd actually probably be really bad if there was, because then Calith would just be like, ha, ha, ha. Lich,
How do I
lich,
feel
lich.
today?
Do I feel skeletal today?
Well, when you're like this, obviously, you can still have a drink in a tavern, so that's a benefit.
Yeah, I mean, I think you still can when you're a lich, right?
I don't think you can eat when you're undead.
Well, I mean, can and need to, and
do you do anything? Can liches get drunk?
That's a good question.
Can I make an Arcana check, see if I know if liches can get drunk? Too late, I already made it. 18.
You're pretty sure they can't, unless it's on power.
That's a different kind of drunk. Yeah, they are immune to being poisoned, so you can't, as far as I'm concerned, if you're immune to being poisoned, you can't get drunk. As evidence for the one time
There
I
are
played
always
Lorcan,
sacrifices
I
for
pretended to
power.
get drunk.
There are always sacrifices to be made for power.
That's fair. I mean, as far as, you know, things to sacrifice go, it's not the worst thing. But, Caleb, how old are you? I've never asked you this question.
I wrote it down somewhere. I am 130 years old.
Are you really? Huh.
Which is like
I will never get used to elves.
teenager in elf years, isn't it?
I I know that intellectually,
It's
but
like a young adult. It's like a early 20s something.
She's
So,
still
okay.
she's still very much in the zone for bad life decisions because it seems like a good
Mhm.
idea at the time.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so while from my perspective you've lived like an entire lifetime, that's really just a drop in the bucket for you. You've got a whole lot more life ahead of you. Assuming you don't do anything completely crazy. Which, to be fair, that's a lot of our business.
So you've been reading a lot and speaking in and out of your time reading. And the sun has basically fully set and it's very dark. There's some light coming under the door frame. And Caliph, at some point you're thinking about your life and making decisions and whatnot, and you see a shadow pass outside the door, and you feel just kind of this chill.
Insight check? Or what check would that be?
Sure, you can make an insight check.
Natural one!
You feel drawn to whatever the thing is.
Okay. Just gonna stand
Cecilia
up,
doesn't seem to have been aware of it.
go over to the
Staring
door,
at the
open
same
it a little.
page.
Yeah, Cecilia is on like book 12 about Archfey.
I feel like I've read this page 13 times at this point.
All right, Caliph, peeking out the door, you can see this dark-robed figure walking away down the library. The library seems to be pretty much empty. Everyone is packed up for the night. It's strangely still. There are glowing orbs of light above, which are providing soft illumination, and then there are candle lights on the tables, but they're guttering low.
Is he like sneaking or moving
No,
suspiciously?
just walking very quietly, and heads into the middle of the hall. He's walking toward these stairs. There are stairs that lead to kind of an elevated walkway area, a wooden platform.
Kayla's gonna follow as stealthily as she can.
Okay, make a stealth check.
Stealth check, stealth check. Oh, goody, +2.
Okay. Figure pauses at some point and seems about to look around, but then just kind of continues on their way. Goes up the steps.
I noticed her leave.
Yeah,
Also, like, staring at
well,
the book.
eventually, not just yet.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah, you're kind of absorbed in the book, and Caleb did slip out pretty stealthily. Got a 20 there,
That was a
so
good stealth roll. All right.
taking some lessons from Sturge. All right, yeah. So the dark-robed figure goes and stands just outside this, the rays of moonlight coming through this window. One, like old, gnarled hand is on the bookshelf next to them. And I say, "So, you would learn of necromancy, yes?"
Are they looking at in
Nope.
Kayla's direction?
Nope.
All right, she's gonna pretend. She's gonna continue hiding and hope that they were talking to someone else.
I see that you have some talent in this field already.
Still not looking her way.
You need not cling to the shadows, child. I mean you no harm.
Who are you?
That is less important than what I am, what I can do for you.
What can you do?
I can protect you from your enemies, of course. The greatest protection is power, and that is what I can give you.
Why would you do that?
I see potential in you. I will teach you if you would learn.
At what cost?
None of yours.
There's always a cost.
Oh, there will be a cost, but you will not pay it.
Who pays it then?
Who do you wish to pay it?
Do I have to decide now?
You need not decide now. And he turns to you halfway, and you can see one glowing eye in the depths of his cowl. When you wish to speak again, come to me in the darkness, in the shadows. Whisper of your need to learn. Tell me you desire secrets, and I shall share them with you, and only you. And the god of death will not touch you. No more than he has ever touched me.
Caliph is slowly gonna back away and without answering.
Okay. You start backing away. The stairs creak a lot under your feet. They didn't creak under his feet. They creak under your feet. And like one step makes a particularly loud sound, and you kind of like look, and then when you look back, he's just dissolved into the darkness.
Aiden?
Yes, mistress.
Did you see that too?
Yes, mistress.
Okay. Just wanted to make sure I wasn't hallucinating or anything like that. We should go back to Cecilia now.
He has great power, mistress.
I was trying not to think about that.
Oh, yes. Of course.
Does Caliph know who this is?
Does she?
I don't know. Make an insight check, Caliph.
I'm forgetting what insight is. Insight.
Wisdom.
0.
Excellent. Great, powerful necromancer. Maybe a lich, based on kind of the contextual things that he was saying.
Caliph is not sure how to deal with this right now. She's really suspicious about this too, because last time someone said, I can give you power, and she said, great, thanks. She suddenly found herself like about to like put a bone ring on her hand. Not literally, but in a manner of speaking.
I was gonna say, wow, that's a suggestive ritual.
Let's go back. Aiden, I need to talk to you about this later.
Of course, mistress. Whatever you desire. All right, you gonna head back to the reading room? Okay. So, Cecilia,
Yes.
you look up from the book and you're like, Caliph, and like she's there, and she's just closing the door.
Did you leave?
Oh, I just had to step outside and get some air. Do you know how late it is?
It's very late. I have been reading this page for basically 100 years.
Do you wanna let's go find Sarshan and see if he wants to get a bite to eat and maybe something to drink, yeah?
Sounds like a good idea.
Alright.
Oh, wait, did Hero's Feast make you immune to being poisoned?
Has it worn off yet?
So Sarshan was never drunk. It's.
So, you gonna head back to the Hearth?
Yeah, so we can't take these books with us, right?
Do you want to take the books with you?
I want to follow the rules right now until I find a good reason to break them.
You are not aware of any rule that says you can't take the books out of the pillars. You just know that you can't take the books out of Candlekeep.
Got it. I will take any of the Warlock books that seem like they are of good information.
Okay.
A Patrons,
There are a couple of
who,
potentially
a
promising
yearbook
ones.
kind of thing. A LinkedIn for Warlocks. Whatever we've got.
There's one book with just fantastic illustrations of Fey entities.
Oh man, that's probably what I'm up for at this point. I feel like the Chronomancy book was very dry for something that's forbidden magic.
Yeah, and a little bit pompous. You're reading it, you kind of got the sense that this biography might have been an autobiography. Maybe the guy, apparently it was written at least 500 years after his death, but he was a chronomancer, so, you know. Anyway, so you go back to the Hearth.
Yeah.
And Sarshan is going, ha! And there's this very drunk ogre on the floor next to him.
Congratulations, you out-drunk an ogre.
I did. And now I must relieve myself.
You don't have to tell everybody that.
It's true.
We'll get some food for you, because I'm guessing all of us are hungry at this point.
Indeed, indeed.
So you sit down. I want to ask Caleb, where did you go?
I just stepped outside.
Don't tell me if it's to relieve yourself. I don't need to know that.
I stepped outside to relieve myself.
God, why, you guys?
No, I stepped outside for some air, that's all.
Did you find anything interesting?
I want to roll for Caliph to lie and about something interesting.
Right? Roll a deception check.
How do I counter a deception check? Insight check?
No, nothing particularly interesting happened.
Well, now I'm pretty sure something incredibly interesting happened. That 3 is your roll, yeah?
Yeah.
Caliph. What happened in the library? In the Pillars of Pedagogy.
Some creepy old guy made a pass at me.
Did she have to make another deception check?
Well, okay, when I say made a pass,
I mean, you're not lying.
I mean, that is
exactly.
kind of, yeah, make another deception check so that it gives Aaron some good sense of how believable Cecilia might find that. Not very, okay.
Seriously, what happened? You okay?
I met another necromancer. and they offered me power,
Whoa.
and I don't. Yeah, that's what happened last time. And
Oh, with the. Just make a gesture that means crown of horns.
yeah, with that.
Did they know about that?
I didn't say anything, but they acted like they did. But to be fair, a lot of necromancers act like that, pompous and all-knowing and
No offense,
full
but a
of
lot of
ancient
wizards are like
wisdom
that.
beyond your understanding. And
Yeah. Well, is it the kind of power you're looking for?
I don't know anymore.
Is it
Yes.
the kind? Yeah.
Yes.
And then make some
But-
kind of way to contact you, or to contact them.
Yes. I just have to go into the shadows and ask for them. Something like that.
That sounds weirdly like the thing that the what's his name Jurgle said to Cecilia. Is that just like? Does that read as just that's like spooky necromancer talk, or does that feel like something that might be?
I don't know. You tell me. It
Is
sounds
it an
pretty similar, doesn't it?
insight check,
Yeah, make an
or-
insight check, sure.
You tell me. You're the DM.
Hey, I'm not.
Help me
I'm
with the
not-
roll. 14.
Yeah, it sounds pretty similar.
They have like bony hands.
What's that?
Necromancer person, bony hands. Is that the death god guy that I talked to? Jurgle? He also said, wait for me in the shadows.
Oh God. Do you have a pic? Did one of the books have a picture of Jurgle?
Yeah, but I didn't get a good look at him. I just put his bony hand on my.
Now that she says that, you did pull all those books out from the library,
Mhm.
and you hadn't gotten to the section about death gods and death entities.
Oh, it was maybe this warlock book. Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Look through it.
Yeah. Let's see what's in here.
Let me see if I can find a good Jurgle art.
Maybe it's not that guy. Maybe he's in here somewhere. I don't know. Did it feel like just another necromancer, or did it feel like more on the line with your friend?
It felt like that one right there.
Is he in the book? Holy moly! Who is it?
Moving faster than the DM can find an image.
Yeah, hold on. You got to keep talking for a second.
Oh wait,
Can we
sorry.
go
The
to
pages are all
picture?
stuck together. Oh, gotta get the pages apart.
Oh, the waiters come. Waiters come. Yeah, can we get 2? Sorry, 3. Sorry, since this is presumably going to come back. 3 of this. Wait, what's the special? I don't know. Do you want stew, or should we see what else they have? Oh, they have a salmon. The salmon sounds good. I mean, there's a water here, so yeah, I'll take the salmon.
Salmon in the with the little watercress thing on the side with that dressing,
Can you just like
Oh, look, the pages came unstuck. That
kill
one.
a rabbit and leave it on a plate for my friend, for my companion here? Yeah, he just didn't want it cooked. Thank you. Okay, what do we got?
Can you all see? All right, so that is literally the picture that you see in that well-illustrated book. This
That's the guy.
strange insectoid thing holding a scroll with bony hands in front of a wall of skulls.
Although, to be clear, I didn't see this, right? Like, all I saw was the hand on my shoulder.
Right. The entity in the picture has huge, luminous yellow eyes and like a distended head that's just tremendously large. You can see a person in the picture too, and like he's obviously not shaped at all like a mortal creature.
That's apparently Jurgle.
Kayla, that is not what the guy looked like.
What
Oh,
about,
okay.
is it on a different page? We flip through a couple pages, we find anybody that's got, you know, one glowing eye.
Well, there's an image of a cyclops which has one eye, but otherwise everything has two or more eyes.
Hmm.
Guess I was. I don't know. I guess I was mistaken. I don't.
Or it's just somebody who's newer than this book. Maybe we just need to ask for that information.
All right. I guess we can ask Irony to get it first tomorrow.
Figure out. You don't look around. I'm not suggesting that we just, you know, randomly meet this necromancer and ask what their deal is. But if you wanted to, I would be there with you. And I guarantee Sarshan would also be there. And I would make sure Sarshan didn't do anything stupid.
Would he show himself if there were other people?
Mm-hmm.
Sarshan finally reappears. Ah. Well, you know, how long has it been since we ate that feast?
12 hours?
Only
I don't
12
know.
hours.
I literally don't know.
Well,
Time
it
is
was-
weird in the Feywild.
Well, as I recall, it was for a late supper feast. So before the sun set, and the sun has just set, and I suddenly feel very, very queasy. Ugh. And he just collapses on top of the ogre.
Yeah, okay.
That doesn't look like it's the most comfortable sleeping position.
I guess part of me's like, I could levitate him, but then at the same time, he's like, I'm a paladin. This isn't a problem. And then he gets in this state anyway, so I feel like this is not going to be my responsibility.
Fair enough. Okay. So the first day of Candlekeep is at an end. Theoretically, more books in the following days, and a mysterious, dark, secret figure has appeared. What does this portend? That's all the time we have for tonight.
Pretends us scrambling for what is the right question to ask to get with clarity for our characters who don't know.
We will be back in 2 weeks with more of Team Hut. Next week, we're going back to Team Rashomon. If you've been following the Team Rashomon stuff, we are about to fight a big glowing spirit bear, which seems to be upset. Boar, sorry, yes.
With
Seems to
lightning
be
tusks.
upset, and I'm sure that'll go well. I'm sure no problem there. So tune in next week to see our great victory over the boar. I have been Eric Scott DeVee, the DM of this half of the Westgate Irregulars campaign. Thank you for coming with us on this journey and getting in for that hot library action. And on that note, take it away, Aaron.
Aaron M. Evans. You can follow me on Twitter at Aaron M. Evans. You can pre-order my upcoming book, Empire of Exiles, which is on sale today at Barnes & Noble. All pre-orders are 25% off, so you can get my murder mystery set in a very crunchy world building kind of world with lots of weird magic and shape changers and mystery poisons for a quarter off now until Friday. Also lots of other good books. You can join me on Champions of Lore every Wednesday at 11 a.m. Pacific on twitch.tv/CNE Games, where we talk about the lore behind the game of our sponsor, Idle Champions of Forgotten Realms. You can check them out at idlechampions.com.
Hi, I've been Emily Tang. Thank you all for watching. Thank you to Yang Yang for doing all the behind the scenes work. Thank you to our moderators. Thank you to our DM for sending us through a portal in the middle of the sky.
Yeah, I love doing that. You're so welcome. As I recall, we're doing a giveaway, and I'm not entirely sure how it all sorts through, but I know people have entered this giveaway,
Now we're closing it.
and it's been closed, I think. The last call to
We decided
enter
to pick a
was a few minutes
winner.
ago, and
Drum roll.
someone will click the button. I hope it'll be Yang Yang, because I don't know what button to press. And the winner
And
is White
White
Boy
Boy!
1. White Boy 1, you won.
WIGHT, white boy.
That's pretty great.
I love it. Congratulations!
Hey, congrats.
And do
Yeah.
remember, if you didn't win, you can still enter on our Discord. Hop over there, join, and head over to the giveaways and polls channel for more information about how to enter.
Well done. Thank you so much, everybody. Come back next week. See you then.